This is Koichi Uchiyama's The God Channel. Today I want to share with you the word of the Lord. Usually, when the Lord was still on earth, July 7th was the birthday of the Lord. And we received a sermon from the Lord. It's a little difficult to receive a sermon at the moment. The Lord has come to this channel and has given us many words of wisdom. However, there are no sermons given here. The reason is that it has to be a proper place. And the Lord has a plan to speak at. So this is a place where the Lord can come casually. This time, instead of a sermon, the Lord will be speaking to himself. The Lord separates them very neatly.
I see.
Huh? You didn't know?
I didn't know that.
On the God Channel, it will be the Word of the Lord. When the Lord speaks at Happy Science Temple or venue, it is called a sermon. Therefore, what is said within the sect and what is said here are separate. What does that mean? It means that there is still more sermon to come.
Ah, I see. That's what it means.
Yes, that's it. I want you to notice that.
Yes, I just noticed.
There are many people who want to hear the Lord's sermon. And they are praying for the resurrection with all their hearts. That would be obsession. And perverted the teachings of the Lord. Because they interpret it in a way that suits them. If they don't stop doing that, it won't be devotion to the law, that's I'm saying. Where everyone is praying in the wrong way. I think the current situation is that it is quite difficult for the Lord to come back. So I would like to say, disciples, please wake up. But everyone is learning. Rather than being told various things by others, the person himself has to realize it. So there's no coercion or anything. It's a matter of freedom. It doesn't matter how many times I said on this channel. The Lord is always watching us as we study. He is looking at us slowly. And this time, he left words as a soliloquy on his birthday. We have received the word of the Lord. I hope you will listen. And where the Lord's mind is, I hope you will receive it properly. The Lord preaches the law. It is important for disciples to spread the word.
Yes, that's the job of an apprentice.
I hope you will listen carefully to the Lord's monologue. Please listen carefully. And we would like you to spread the word to as many people as possible. Nowadays, the world is very tough. It is those who have learned the Lord's teachings who will create the future of this earth. Only we can do it. It is difficult for anyone who does not study the Lord's law to open up a bright future. Of course, many people will start learning this. And we will continue to create new things. First of all, I don't think we can move forward unless the people who are the foundation of this take action.
The important thing is what kind of future will be created.
Yes, the most important thing is that it's not just about you, it's about the people. It's not about the own organization, it's about humanity as a whole. I think it's a matter of how you weigh that. I think that's very important. I'm sorry for the long introduction. So I would like you to listen to the Lord's monologue. Thank you. Lord, your words for us on July 7th. We hope to be able to receive it. Please come to Elena and give us your words.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming, Lord. The Lord's earthly birthday is approaching. If you do not mind, we would like to hear your words. Thank you so much for your kind cooperation.
Him. The seventh day. Yes. That's right. I wasn't prepared. Well, I'm going to talk to my cell.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Well, I created this religious organization called Happy Science. Has it really been more than 35 years already? A lot happened during that time. When I first started, before we even knew what was coming, starting with a small number of people. Since then, more and more people have joined. The number of members is increasing. I felt so happy when the numbers kept increasing. From 7,000 to 8,000 people, it exceeded 10,000. Then we said, now let's aim for 30,000 people. At that time I was so happy. I think I was running it with great enthusiasm. Everyone was shining brightly as they worked. Many people lent their support, and the organization was successful. I used to talk every day, but gradually, at first, now when I look back, it was a great job, but it was still early days. Maybe I should have spoken a little more calmly. Also, I was told various things. I wish you'd speak more slowly. Various things were said. Then, as the years went by, gradually, the number of members increased to 50,000, 100,000, and so on. When I spoke at a really big venue, I still remember the view when I first stepped onto the stage. From this side, I can see the faces of the people sitting in the venue. It seemed like I could see each of you. In reality, the light was shining on it, and it was too bright to see you all. But in that, I could see people came to listen to me with shining eyes. Just seeing this scene of so many people sitting there, it was a chilling thought. So here is this, establishing a religion organization called Happy Science, and to spread to the world. I was asking myself, what does it mean to preach of the law? I kept repeating this thought over and over in my mind. Is that really okay? Can we take responsibility for it? Is there any mistake? Is it really right to tell? While asking myself, but still, stand up straight. If it's okay, there's no doubt about it. Then I stepped up to the stage with confidence. Truly innocent. It was as if I could hear the audience breathing. That was the venue like that. I preached at the top of my lungs. Everyone was listening intently to what I was saying. And in a place so quiet can almost hear your breathing. Quietly. This energy was silenced in that venue. I will never forget. Not a single person. Nobody wanted to disrupt the situation. And the audience in the hall was, when the cheers rose and the applause rang out, I thought, okay, this is good. With this, I thought, let's go out into the world. Let's get the message out into the world. I have a responsibility to teach the law and guide people all over the world. I felt that this was my job and my mission. So, a lot of things have happened up until now. The audience that was listening at that time, they're probably in their 60s and 70s now. There were a lot of people around my age listening to it. Of course, we all age in the same way. And the number of people in that age group is gradually decreasing. The atmosphere in the organization has gradually changed. Truly, preaching the law is an important job. I think it's a difficult job more than anything. I started wondering how people were perceiving my messages. I was imagining that scene. This law will continue to spread throughout the world with this momentum, from Japan to the world, spreading endlessly. I imagined this would spread. It was a delightful sight. To me, it was a very glorious and delightful sight. But then the harshness of the third dimension hit me. After all, humans are, even if you deepen your learning on the path to enlightenment, you encountered various thoughts along the way. If someone muttered just one word in their heart, in that tweet, I realized that it is something that is pulled along. My thoughts were my thoughts, they weren't yours. If we all had the same thoughts, it would have spread across the world as it's like. But that is the harshness of three dimensions. Enlightenment is different for each person. Really, this phenomenon, I think it has proved it. Saying the same words over and over again, even though we keep telling you the same thing over and over again. The people listening in front of me, even though I thought, this will get the point across. Just one small word, you mattered in your mind. It's like everything is being pulled away. I was very disappointed by this. Ah, so to attain enlightenment I thought it was a difficult thing to do. Why? Why is it so difficult? Why even people are listening to the same story? They will learn to make it their own way. Why is some of them acquire that as their own, while others will not? Here lies the sadness of being human. Whenever I think of it, it makes me cry. It's not because they don't understand. It's not because they couldn't understand what I was saying. It's not that I'm sad. That's because when I know another person are about to stray from the path to enlightenment, I feel sad that there are people like that. Because we are in this three-dimensional, because there are so many different things happening. because humans have desires. That's true. If you live your daily life, you can't survive without eating. If you don't earn money, you can't live. So it is possible that it is influenced by three-dimensional events. That makes sense. Each person has a job, a family, a home, and a school. There are many reasons for this. That's understandable. So I couldn't do that. So I thought I'd do it a little later. I understand. Because it's three-dimensional, a lot of things can happen, and you can't ignore it. We have no choice but to do things like this way. So I think that even if you're sad or in pain, you must not give up. Even if it's hard, you must not give up. Even if you stumble and fall, even if you scrape your knee and get injured, even if tears stream from your cheeks and you feel pathetic, with crying and telling yourself, stand up once more, with tears, gathering our strength and stand up again. I know you feel, we're human beings. We're in three-dimensional world. But even though I hope you encourage yourself saying, let's aim for enlightenment, follow the path to enlightenment, I don't want this feeling to disappear. No matter how many times you try, you might fall or hit your head somewhere at any time. But it's okay. I want you to stand up again. One last time. If you fall, I want you to get up again. I don't want you to give up. If you grasp this lamp of truth, if you take hold of the reins, I don't want you to let it go. It's okay to fall. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to cry. It's okay if you get hurt. I want you to stand up again. If you make a mistake, you can just correct it. If you think wrongly, just change your way of thinking to the right way. That's all you need to think. Just again and again. I want you to take on the challenge boldly. To achieve this, I have tried a number of different approaches for preaching the law and talked about various things. I also wrote a lot of books. Not just Japanese, translated into languages around the world. I really want to share this with people all over the world. I want to reach everyone in the world. Problems will arise in front of you.
その目の前に問題は起きてくるでしょう。ハードル
There
も
will
ある
be
でしょう。
hurdles.
雨も降
There
る
will
で
be
しょう。
rain.
しかし
But that doesn't mean you can give up.
諦めないでもらいたいんです。どうか
Please do not forget that.
忘れないでいただきたい。どうか
Please spread this law.
この法を述べ伝えてほしい。そう
I
思って
just
いる。
think,
ただ
I just hope
そ
so.
う思っているだけなんです。難しい
It
言葉
doesn't
でな
have
く
to
て
be
いいんで
difficult
す。
words.
優しい
In
言葉
simple
で
words.
誰にでも
Please explain in
理解
words
で
that
きる言
everyone
葉
can
で
understand.
伝えてください。それでいいん
That's
で
good
す。
enough.
諦める
As
ことさ
long
え
as you
しな
don't
けれ
give
ば
up,
必ず
you will
あなた
definitely
方
be
が
on the path to enlightenment.
悟りの道へ登ってい
You
く
can
こと
go
が
up to the right path.
できるんです。どうかそれを
Please don't forget that.
忘れないでいてください。ありがとうございました。
Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, our Lord. We will spread the word of the Lord as many people as possible. Thank you very much for coming today.
Yes.